What's up guys, John V here from PhoneArena. I have the Motorola DROID 4 in my hands, and it's the latest DROID handset on Verizon's lineup. It's going to run a few different benchmark tests, show you what the numbers are out of the box. It features a dual-core 1.2 GHz TI OMAP 4430 processor, and it's coupled with 1 GB of RAM, 4-inch QHD display. And just looking at the performance out of the box, you could tell just navigating across the home screen here, pretty quick and responsive. We do notice like the animation just to be a little bit jerky at times, which is kind of strange. It looks like it's like a ghosting effect of some sort, but other operations, just swiping through the panels here, opening up apps, doesn't seem to be that much of an issue. It's pretty responsive and quick for the most part. Let's see if we get to the gallery here, show you some pinch gestures, see how it works. So it looks like, let's go to camera roll, and you can tell all the cool 3D effects in play. And just like we've seen on other other droids, it looks like it has a problem with pinch gestures. It's just a little bit extremely laggy. Who knows why? It doesn't have that fluidity like other smartphones. But either way, let's try out a different live wallpaper, because right now we have a static one, so it's not as processor intensive. So let's crank up the test here. Let's see how this handles this one. Yeah, it's not bad. It's still pretty responsive, pretty quick. Navigating right there, pretty good there. Opening up applications. And again, you could tell it's pretty much on the same pace, which is nice. You know, that's what you want with a dual-core processor. See the snow effects, so pretty good. So let's just jump right in. Let's start the first test. We'll run Quadrant. Show you what we got. Now, if we already ran a few times, and it seems to range between 2500 to 2900, which again, not stellar when you compare it to top-end devices with benchmark scores such as the Galaxy Note, Galaxy S2, the Asus Transformer Prime. But for this device, it's admirable. You know, it's not terrible. And again, with its dual-core processor, as you notice, it managed to handle most tasks with relative ease. Although it's kind of weird that the gallery with pinch gesture is a little bit on the choppy side. These graphical component, the graphical test here, running pretty smoothly. This one here, roughly around 60 frames per second, consistently, which is what we tend to see out of high-end devices. And this one here, now this one's a little bit jumpy. It seems like 60 frames per second too, but we notice it sometimes goes down a little bit, but pretty good, maintains a good rate. So let's see what we got. This time we got 2688 on Quadrant. So again, that's a decent mark. Beats out those single-core processor devices from back then, but doesn't really quite beat out some of the top-end devices out there in the market. Show you Antutu. We ran the test already. It gave us an overall score of 6031, and if we put that in the score chart, and it is actually pretty much in line with some of the top-end devices. You have the Galaxy Note, Galaxy S2, just inches out a little bit more than the Motorola DROID 4, and of course the Asus Transformer Prime right at the top there with its quad-core processor. Quickly show you also Linpack here. We'll just do a multi-thread run. Let's go back here. Doesn't take that long. 3 seconds from what we checked out, and this does 61.512 million flops, so that's pretty good, pretty decent. We've seen better scores. And finally, we're not going to run the browser test here just because that takes a while. We'll just show you Neocore. We'll just run that, see what its graphical prowess is like here. Run benchmarks, go back here, and we'll just run this guy here until it goes to the end. Now just looking at it here, it looks pretty nice. Let's see if we could crank up the, there we go, so you can see it a little bit more clearly. A little bit choppiness, not that bad. Smoke effects are in play. You could still see that it's relatively pretty nice looking. A lot of different shades and effects in play here. It doesn't seem to be slowing down that much here. And it's maintaining just a little bit slow, but not bad at all. It's not terrible. It should be wrapping up here very shortly. See what, usually you get close to 60 frames per second for most high-end devices here. And let's see what we get. 58.6, so that's an admirable mark, so not that bad at all. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the benchmark test out of the box. See how it handles. Again, we'll be checking it out more, see how it runs overall. And if you'd like to learn more about the Motorola DROID 4, check out our website, PhoneArena.com. This is John V. Thanks, guys.